Hi everybody, it's Mrs. Williams. I haven't seen a lot of you in a really long time, so hopefully this will be a good first lesson. I'm officially back, going to teach you from my house, or today I'm on a nature trail. This is the beautiful 11th Street Park. There's my two olders. Some of you know Leo from Miss Yamo's class. But we decided that a good first lesson would be a little nature walk. This lesson is for you if you're in kindergarten, first grade, or second grade. So this is a good review of living and non-living. And this is a really cool park to come to if you have some time to go on a little nature trail. As you can see, there's nobody else around except for us. So we have some good social distance going on.
No, there is people.
Well, we have seen a few.
There's some people.
We've seen a few people, but only probably 2 or 3. Anyhow.
Can I talk to you?
Nope. What we're going to do is we're going to take you on a little walk with us. And what I want you to do if you're at home listening in is get a pencil and a piece of paper and make a T chart. If you remember, a T chart just has the big line down the middle, the line across the top, so it looks like a capital letter T. In one column, you can write living. In the second column, you can write non-living. And we're gonna see some things out here on our nature trail and determine whether they're living or non-living. So we've had some rain the past couple of days. I'm gonna switch the camera around. Maybe not. I'm obviously gonna have to learn with the technology here. So I'll just turn it like this. So my kids are gonna stop right there. We have a big puddle due to all the rain. So this is always a tricky one. Water. Is water living or non-living?
Living.
What makes you say water's living?
Because we drink it, and but we don't drink that water, and when we drink it, how we drink it is.
So water is needed for living things, but is water itself living?
No. Only we
No.
can drink cup of water that you have at home.
Water is non-living, even though we, people and animals and plants, need it to live. But water itself is actually going to go on your non-living side. Come back here, please, guys. What about things like this big stick that Leo found? It's enormous. Would a big stick be living or non-living?
Non-living?
Non-living. But what about what Devin is over there hanging on? A little baby tree. Living or non-living?
Living.
Living. So Devin's hanging on a, oops, careful, that's living. Basically, any green plant you see around here is going to be living. We know plants grow. They need nutrients from the soil. They need water and sunlight. So put that down.
Mint leaves. Even mint leaves.
Even mint leaves are living. So let's go this way. We're going to avoid the puddle. So another thing to think about is the sunshine. Now, it's not very sunny today, but we know that the sun is up there because it's daytime and we can still see with a little bit of sunlight. What about sunshine? Is the sun
We're going the other way.
Is the sun living or non-living?
Non-living.
Non-living. Again, it's needed for life. Oh, I spotted living butterflies. Okay.
Butterflies are cute.
We will address the metamorphosis later on. I have some milkweed at my house in the yard that we can examine, and we know that milkweed is the... That's enough. We know that milkweed is the favorite food of monarch caterpillars, so we might get to witness the full metamorphosis of some monarch butterflies later with some lessons. Let's think about some other things that we see on a nature trail. How about soil? The soil on the ground.
Living!
What makes you say that?
Non-living!
What makes you say living?
Because soil makes the plants grow, so the plants are living, so soil is living.
Well,
Non-living.
soil is non-living. There are living components of soil. Of course, if you're lucky enough to dig in soil at home, you might find earthworms or all sorts of roly-polies. And then even organic...
And poisonous caterpillars.
We,
You might don't want to see milkweed or do not drink it because it's really poisonous.
Now, I keep telling my kids to avoid the 3-leaf plants we see on the side here because we know that that could be, speaking of poison ivy, and we don't want to end up with any rashes.
And say like I got poisoned.
We were talking about soil. Soil, please hush. Soil has organic components to it, living things that have broken down, died, and broken down and added nutrients to it. But the soil itself is actually non-living, even though plants need it to grow and survive.
How about you can sing Lost in the Woods?
Let me examine everything else out here to see if there's anything else that we could
We can go over here.
talk about as being living or non-living. I haven't been lucky enough to see a spider web, but that would be something really great to look for if you go on a nature walk to see
Non-living.
the spider web itself is non-living, but
The spider is living.
the spider is living, of course. Also, we see some movement at the top of the trees, probably evidence of birds, which are obviously
Whoa.
living. All right, Leo just did one of my favorite things. He turned over a big log. I don't see much action right now, but I bet if we started digging, we could find roly-polies or little beetles, maybe some ants that we would need to stay away from. So all sorts of things to say out here in the woods. But anyways, I just wanted to say hello to you guys. This is a great lesson to just get it started off on for my kinders, first and second graders, and there'll be more throughout the week. I hope you guys are doing well. We'll chat soon. Bye.